conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, let's start now. This course basically covers business consolidations. The primary goal of this course to enable you implementing group reporting projects. After completing this particular course, you can successfully implement group reporting projects. We will review entire course content today. What are the main s- components or main topics we are going to cover in this particular course? So this enables you, this particular course enables you within S4HANA group reporting. What are your customer expectations, and also how to give solution to their expectations relevant to legal consolidation, management consolidation. So you will be well prepared for various opportunities in this particular group reporting after this course. Yeah. So SAP's modern platform, so you can see the right side, you can see modern finance platform, which is artificial intelligence, machine learning. Now you might have heard like predictive accounting, intercompany, automatic intercompany matching and reconciliation. All those are released based on this modern finance platform. So when we talk about record to report process, you all know, most of you from FI background, so you know what is record to report process. So it's the backbone, basically backbone for financial operations. Whatever earlier, when you see this record to report process few years back, all financial statements, financial results part of this record to report process. When you talk about modern finance platform, SAP added, so I'm talking about down this area. When you talk about modern finance platform, it's evolved a lot based on previous finance solutions. If you observe, on top of that, they introduce many new technological uh, uh, products, enhancements, you can say, product enhancements. So these new enhancements basically addressing all the limitations of the older systems. Older systems in the sense, it may be whatever we used to have like ECC, those tables like BKPF, BSEC. Now we have ACDOC here, which is like one source table, source financial truth, which is ACDOC here table. This is the main development happened as part of S4HANA, as part of this modern finance platform. And here we have real-time reports, you can say, in the R2R, as part of this R2R, record to report process. We have real-time insights, we can say. They can generate financial statements, management reports in real time because of one single source of truth. And also you have different CDS views developed on top of that particular universal general table. So it becomes easy now, decision making and looking at the results easy now. And you can also see, as part of this R2R, record to report process, as part of this financial reporting, you know that embedded analytics. So embedded analytics basically built-in analytics. So even dashboards can be prepared using this particular embedded analytics. Not like SAC dashboards, but yes, uh, operational dashboards you can prepare. So why I said like operational database? If you see S4 HANA, if you see this record to report process, one single source of truth, all the CDS views are available, right? And also S4 HANA is having some BW component also, right? WALAP and WorldTP, both are as part of this S4 HANA. And in this particular process, now till financial reporting, local close, we all know, right? They introduce some automation and machine learning relevant stuff. That's what I'm talking about this intercompany. There are some repetitive tasks, right? So intercompany matching or reconciliation are relevant to this financial reporting or financial close cockpit. You can say financial close cockpit or this ICMR. Whatever repetitive task, whatever repetitive manual task I'm talking about, you can automate now. You can automate. So system can, so they come up with a solution, automated journal entries and postings. So invoice matching, bank statement reconciliation. Now they automated using this particular machine learning. We all know. So what happens when you automate? So it reduces manual data entry and human error. That's the benefit you are going to get. You know, all know, like you are all FI guys, you know financial closing cockpit. So it helps us. So it helps manage and orchestrate that particular entire closing process. So that's what local close, you can say corporate, I mean group close or local close. Like so, financial closing cockpit basically helps you to automate those tasks. You can monitor the progress. So system automates the task, but you can monitor the progress. So even you can enable workflow also there. Then they intercompany matching and reconciliation FI side and group reporting side they introduced. So this is one kind of automating matching rule. So you can define the matching rules based on that system automatically match whatever. Some documents it can automate. See, 100% you cannot automate. So some manual intervention required where differences are available. However, wherever possible, using this machine learning technology, using this ICMR functionality, you can automate that matching, intercompany matching and reconciliation. Then they, in the as part of R2R, they also included group close. We all know group close in SAP group reporting. Group close happens in SAP group reporting. So this is the tool for financial consolidation. It's deeply integrated with ACDOC table. So this group close happens based on ACDOC table. However, the source is ACDOC table data. So data from local company codes stored here flows to this particular consolidation system in near real time. And why I said near real time? Because someone has to release the data. So from this universal journal table to this particular group adjustment table, I mean the data monitor, there is something called data monitor. In the data monitor, someone has to release the data so that here you can consolidate the data. So earlier, if you observe what we used to do, so so this is what modern finance platform I was explaining. So if you observe this one earlier, what used to happen earlier in the sense before 2018, right? We used to have BPC as a product, business planning and consolidation. What we used to do, we have ECC system or any non-SAP system. We used to load the data to BW system. On top of BW system, we used to have this BPC. So we used to, from BW, we used to load the data to BPC. In the BPC, we define all the rules required, carry forward rules, cash flow relevant rules, net income calculation rules, consolidation of investment rules, intercompany matching, intercompany elimination rules, changes in equity, comprehensive income, all the business rules we used to define in the BPC and we used to execute consolidation. However, any changes, for example, in ECC, some changes happen, some new postings happened. Again, we have to load the data to BW to BPC. It's separate systems, so it takes time to move the data. separate master data. Here in BPC, we can maintain non-SAP, SAP master data, but here in ECC and BW, we have SAP master data because ECC data we are loading to BW system. So all these problems are addressed in particular this particular group reporting solution now. So many changes are happening, as you know, like now SAP, uh, whatever machine learning or artificial intelligence, whatever Joule they introduced, they're helping. So you can, so the Joule, whatever they introduced, it can orchestrate your processes. However, it helps. So whatever Joule they are talking about, whatever generative AI they are talking about, those are additional capabilities on top of the product. So FICO will be there on top of that. These tasks you can introduce, which will help them help to automate the processes. Same way, group reporting as a process, you have to understand how the different functionalities or different tasks of group close happens. On top of that, if you want, you can use these AI and machine learning Joule capabilities. Yeah. So now let's today's, as I said, like uh, uh, now what happened, whatever problems you see here, the problems, local and group reporting, different systems, I said, like it was like that. Now if you see as part of modern platform, you can see one data model, because agdoc a data, agdoc u data in one central finance system, or one S4 HANA system, one Fiori as a front end we are going to use near real time. So someone has to release the data from local accounting to group reporting. So it addressed many of those pain points in the traditional systems. So this our basically I'm going to cover all these tasks as part of this group reporting. So in this one slide, I added the tasks performed by local accountants, the tasks performed by consolidator, group accountant. So when we talk about consolidation, you are going to consolidate many legal entities based on their investment relationship. When I say legal entity, it's a company, right? So there, the companies are located in different places. It may be in US, it may be in India or UK. So now you have to consolidate. When you are consolidating each and every entity, first they have to close their books. Each legal entity should close their books. So that's the first period preparation. So I'm not talking about FI close. FI, so consolidation as a process starts after FI close only. So well, let's say if you closed I mean we are in November. So let's say we closed October. So first October the finance close happens, company code, financial statements prepared. Then for the same companies, right? For the group reporting, group perspective, we have to maintain entire financial statements. Why? The local close, when I say FI, it's based on your operational JL accounts or the company code. When we talk about group reporting, it happens based on the financial statement items, group accounts, consolidation accounts. So when we move data from local accounting to group accounting, it's against the financial statement items. We are calling it as consolidation accounts. So the group close or the entity close against the financial statement item should happen first. In FI, whatever local gap or whatever based on your local policies you post. That data, when you move to group reporting against the consolidation accounts, if any differences between local policies and group policies, those adjustments should be posted as part of this legal entity close in group reporting. right? Financial. So local close, financial close already happened in FI. Now I'm talking about group reporting. In the group reporting also, each legal entity we need to prepare as per our group requirements. That's what happens in this particular data monitor. In FI, net income calculation happens every year at the end. Here, for group reporting, every month for the legal entity, we have to calculate the net income because I want consolidation. So the consolidation frequency can be monthly, quarterly, or yearly. So we calculate for these legal entities, we calculate the net income because next step is based on the investment relationship. We need to consolidate. So manual postings basically to match this to match the group policies. Then all these legal entities are in different countries, so different local currencies. That local currency data you have to convert to group currency. You might be thinking, I already have group currency data, global currency data in FA, whether we can use it or not. So it depends on the request. So for example, in FI you have only SAP entities. For all those SAP entities, you have, let's say, USD as a global currency. And you have some non-SAP entities also. That data you cannot move to universal journal table. That data you have to move to group reporting only, ACDAQ data. So that's what the table ACDAQ, you move that particular data. So when you are moving non-SAP data to group reporting, right? So they might be having different group currency. So your FI global currency, this non-SAP global currency, both are different. So when I'm performing the consolidation, I need one common currency for SAP units and non-SAP units. So I decide one common currency, let's say euro, the euro. So my FI global currency is USD, my consolidation group currency is euro. So both are different. That's why we have to perform currency translation here. If they are both are different, right? If you want to use universal journal global currency data in group reporting, you can use. Not a problem. However, right, currency translation according to local policy and group policy different. In FI, whatever currency translation you perform, in group reporting, whatever currency translation we perform. So in group reporting, the currency translation based on the non-historical accounts, historical accounts. So we have to perform currency translation. However, if you want, you can take global currency data if group currency and your global currencies are same. Once the currency translation is done, you can validate the data. Now the data is ready for the consolidation. As part of consolidation, we take all the converted currency values, group currency values, and we can perform intercompany matching and reconciliation. You can see here, you have reconciliation reports, intercompany matching and reconciliation, this blue color. You can see check reconciliation reports and currency translation analysis. So all these legal entities which are part of my group, we can check whether their intercompany balances are matched or not. We can prepare those reports. Like we can say, like you compare sales against COGS. You compare balance sheet liabilities against assets, income against expenses. So you can decide what income accounts I have to take from uh, uh, one unit, what expenses I can take from another unit, and you can define the rules in the intercompany matching and reconciliation. Based on the rules, system generates the reports, and you can identify the differences. And for the differences, regions should be updated. Those regions, consolidation group accountant can check. So on top of ICMR, the group accountant, what he will do, he will run the eliminations. There are different eliminations, as you know: sales elimination, income expenses elimination, dividend elimination, balance sheet elimination, also profit on inventory elimination. So within group, some trading goods. So X sold some goods to Y. X and Y comes under one group. So X gives the markup. Based on the markup at group level, we can adjust the inventory value from the subsidiary or the from the buyer. We can adjust the net income from the seller. That option also available, right? So here then we will if any, so it's human errors are common. If any error happened, any so if we miss some intercompany eliminations, we can perform manual eliminations. Then we will define the percentages. Investment percentage, holding company, subsidiary, associate, more than 50% investment, less than 50% investments. We define those percentages and we will assign the methods like for that percentage, let's say whether we have to use purchase method or at equity method. And we will define those reclassification methods or those rules, how the system should eliminate the investments, how the system should eliminate the capital, how the system should eliminate, how the system should calculate the goodwill, how the system should calculate MCI. Will perform those calculations and system will post those automatic entries for the investments, NCI, goodwill and capital eliminations. If any adjustments after the consolidation, if you want to perform any adjustments, you can perform, then you can validate the data. There are once the data is available, pre-consolidation data, consolidation data, both data available in the ACDOQ table. On top of that, you can prepare different consolidation reports. The main consolidation reports, as you know, P&L consolidated, balance sheet consolidated, cash flow consolidated, changes in equity consolidated, comprehensive income consolidated we need, right? So it starts at the entity level, legal entity and level, and we take the data from the different sources. We will run the currency translation, then we will eliminate, we will run the consolidation of investment, and we check the reports and we will end the process. So this is what you are going to learn. So as I said, like when you learn this thing, if we learn, so after this you can directly work on a project, right? So when I say work on a project means you will get one implementation experience, so that you will not face any issue while working in your project. And the detailed course content, if you observe here, so we start with group reporting overview. As part of overview, I'm going to explain the terms we use in this particular uh, product. So every product has its own terminology, right? So you have company code, company field status variants, posting key, all those things in FI. Same way, when we talk about group reporting, I have financial statement item, consolidation unit, consolidation group, ownership percentages, method, purchase method, equity method, and say goodwill. So product relevant terms and consolidation relevant terms we will understand. Breakdown category, FS item, FS item attributes, transaction type, sub items. What are the document types here? Trading partners. So the terminology we are going to understand. And also we will in the system we will run end-to-end process. Tomorrow we are going to do this exercise 1 where I'm going to run all the tasks relevant to this group report. So when after implementing a project, right, how the end users, consolidator and data monitor, I mean that means local accountant, how the local accountant and consolidator going to use your particular system, whatever you configured. That's what we are going to check. How they are going to execute or how they are going to complete one cycle, we are going to understand tomorrow. Then to prepare the solution, legal consolidation solution, so any solution, first you need master data. So we have different master data. We have to define versions. Version is like uh, uh, in FI when you say ledgers are there, leading ledger, non-leading ledger, like that. So here also For group reporting, I have versions, special versions, fiscal year variants, group currencies, extension versions, group currency extension version. So we are going to understand the versions, special versions. And we are going to understand consolidation units, consolidation groups, and we are going to understand group structure and how to assign methods to this each and every consolidation unit we are going to understand. Also, we are going to execute management consolidation and intercompany matching and reconciliation. For that, we need hierarchies, consolidation unit hierarchy, profit center hierarchy, segment hierarchy. So different hierarchies we are going to create. We are going to use manage global hierarchies app to define these hierarchies. You will understand how to copy a hierarchy or how to import one hierarchy using a flat Excel file. Or if you want, you can, if you want to create the hierarchy using manage global hierarchies app, how to define that hierarchy we are going to understand. We are going to understand additional master data. Sometimes your customer might request you to add a custom field in your consolidation. By default, some fields comes as part of consolidation, like let's say consolidation unit, consolidation group, financial statement item, trading partner, sub item. So these are important in any consolidation. If the customer want to introduce some more fields like profit center, segment, that you cannot add those fields. Those are called additional master data. Other than fixed consolidation fields, if the customer, based on the customer request, if you are adding like business area, profit center, those are called additional master data. You can add. Also, sometimes the customer might ask you to add a custom field in your consolidation solution. That field available in the source in the universal journal table, let's say brand, channel, right? So those fields you can add it in group reporting also. How to do that? That we are going to understand. Also, we are going to understand breakdown categories and sub items. So breakdown category basically attribute of financial statement item. It is kind of it's going to perform the validation based on the sub items and trading partners. We are going to understand how these breakdown categories are assigned to financial statement item. How can we utilize these breakdown categories for the data validation? These breakdown categories are very important when you release data from AcDoc A to AcDoc when you collect data from flexible upload files, or when you are posting a topside adjustment, when you are posting a group adjustments, these breakdown categories are validating the data. And then we are going to understand financial statement items, their attributes. There are attributes 1:1 relationship, there are attributes n:1 relationship, there are attributes for targets. So we are going to understand. Also, any consolidation projects, mapping of operational GL accounts to FS items or consolidation accounts are important because your local data is based on GL account, operational accounts, detailed accounts. The mapping, how to perform the mapping, how to, after performing the mapping, how to assign that one to our particular legal consolidation version, that we are going to understand. There are some master data objects called selections. So it's a unique concept here, selections. We are going to understand how the selections are used in all the business rules defined in this particular group reporting. All those exercises, not only discussion, we are going to execute all these exercises in the system because it's a hands-on training. So then data preparations, once master data is completed, it's all about data preparation, transaction data. As I said, I'm going to explain group reporting preparation ledger. So group reporting preparation ledger is very important, which is introduced in 2023. We are going to understand what is group reporting preparation ledger. So as part of group reporting preparation ledger, SAP added consolidation fields in AcDoc A table, like financial statement item, consolidation unit, sub item, trading part. So this information AcDoc A table they added. So we are going to understand how those fields are derived when the local users like FI users, when they post GL postings or any other APR postings, how those consolidation fields in the ACDoc table updated. If those fields are not updated, how to run realignment of that particular data we are going to understand. Also, we will understand how to release data from universal journal table to ACDoc table. Also, data collection, different data collection options. Another option is for non-SAP, we use flexible upload templates. Here we will discuss only flexible upload templates and release of data. We are not going to cover group reporting data collection, which are GRDC we call it as. So that is part of S4 HANA Cloud. So that I'm not going to cover because we don't have any system to execute. Then data validation. Once the data is, if you have any questions, just park it. Okay, once I go through this content, you can ask. So configuration, data validation. So it's a very important topic in group reporting because we need to understand every step. We need to check the data, it is reconciling or not. Our assets should be equivalent to liabilities plus equity. It's a thumb rule. So every time we can check using, we can define a validation. Every time, whenever you want to check, you can run a validation. Not only that, you want to see whether opening balances plus movements are previous year opening balances and movements are equivalent to current year opening balance or not. You can validate the universal journal data. You can validate the uploaded data. You can validate, like, let's say asset values are more than my accumulated depreciation or not. You can add comments in these validations. You can check the validation dashboards. These are all the new things the validation dashboard had. That also we are going to understand. Another terms like document types, posting levels. In BPC we used to have audit trails. Here we use document types and posting levels. We are going to understand different kinds of document types, manual document types, automatic document types, and we will check how those are used while working manual and automatic entries. Then we will understand topside adjustments. Topside adjustments, as I said, like if local policies are different from the group policies, or depreciation adjustments or finished goods adjustments, right? So we use this particular group journal entries or topside entries. When I'm posting the topside entries, if I want validations and substitutions, validations in the sense, if when my user posting profit center, a P&L element account like income or expense, they should they should update the profit center. If they forget to update the profit center, system should throw an error, validation error. Same way, substitution, when my system, my users are posting any transaction, if they forget updating the segment, or segment is not applicable, then system should default some segment, substitute some segment. So this kind of validations also we can define. So we are going to understand validations and substitutions for the group reporting, group journal entries adjustments. Then reclassifying data. We have some adjustments every month we want to post, like depreciation or finished goods, right? So that those things we can automate. So how can we automate? We have something called reclassifications. Using these reclassifications, we can automate this data. So these reclassifications are defined. So we have to define reclassification method. While defining the reclassification method, you need to create a selection, and you have to use that selection as a trigger. You need to define source and destination accounts or FS items. So once that is executed, before execution, we need to check the data. After execution, we need to check the data. So that we are going to understand how the reclassification happens. Then we are going to understand currency translation. Non-historical accounts, historical accounts, how the currency translation happens. So the balance sheet FS items are divided into two parts, historical and non-historical. Whatever FS items are used for consolidation of investments, I call it as historical accounts, like investment in subsidiaries, equity accounts. Remaining all accounts, I call it as non-historical accounts, like current assets, current liabilities, right? So now we are going to maintain the exchange rates. We are going to define the exchange rate indicators. We are going to define the currency translation keys. We are going to understand what are translation method. We are going to assign this translation method to the consolidation units. We are going to execute this particular currency translation in the system, and we are going to check the reports. For income, so for P&L account also we are going to execute. Net income also we are going to execute this currency translation. So the historical accounts and non-historical accounts, all the exercises I listed here. Releasing the data from S4HANA, uploading data from non-SAP data via flat files, configuring and running the validations, topside adjustments and use of the document types and posting levels, substitutions and validations we are going to execute. We are going to configure and run reclassifications. We are going to configure non-historical items currency translation. We are going to configure historical and income statement relevant account currency translation. Then we are going to understand intercompany matching and reconciliation. So after this, consolidation and elimination starts. So here we are going to execute intercompany matching and reconciliation. So this is intercompany matching and reconciliation. The configuration process for FI and group reporting are the terminology for FI and group reporting same only. So our scenario is based on financial statement items and consolidation units. However, you can use the same thing for the FI. So intercompany, I mean FI you use GL accounts and company code. Here we use financial statement items and consolidation units. Other than this, I don't see any difference. The fields you choose are different in group consolidation. The process is same. The execution steps are same. The apps are same for FI and group reporting. So here we are going to configure intercompany matching and reconciliation, and we are going to for the configuration you need reconciliation method, reconciliation case, right? So those things we are going to define, and also there we need an app where the IC accountant, intercompany accountant, and group accountant can uh, connect. So intercompany accountant, when he connects, he can check all the consolidation units or all the legal entities finish their consolidation. I mean, a reconciliation. What are the differences? Are differences are identified or not? He can check. Group accountant can check like okay, differences are identified and approved. The differences are identified, reasons are updated, it's approved or not. He can check, group accountant. Once he checks that one, he can execute the intercompany eliminations. So when he executes the intercompany elimination, if you want to post those differences, intercompany matching and reconciliation, basically some differences are identified. Those identify when you see those differences, some are currency translation relevant, some are transaction currency relevant, some are other differences. So based on the definition posting rules, system has capabilities is you can integrate intercompany elimination process with ICMR. Those differences, when you run the intercompany elimination in group reporting, those differences you can post to different accounts, different FS items. So we are going to understand how the reconciliation and elimination integration happens. When you run the elimination, how the reconciliation ICMR methods are called, posting rules are called and posted those differences. We will understand in group reporting how the intercompany elimination happens, like sales against the COGS. Also, we will understand how the IPI, intercompany profit on inventory elimination happens. Then we will understand how the consolidation of investment happens. We will understand what is, so basically this is a new topic for FI people. So we will detailedly discuss this consolidation of investment. First we will understand the terminology relevant to this consolidation of investments. Then we will define the percentages, investment percentages, ownership percentages. Then we will execute one scenario using purchase method, which is purchase method in the sense one scenario when the investment is more than 50%, another scenario when the more investment is less than 50%. So one method one scenario we execute for at equity method, one scenario we execute for uh, purchase method. There is we also have another reporting requirement. It's a rare requirement, actually it is optional topic. So if we have equity pickup, right? So for basically, what are the investments my company is having? So it's not part of legal consolidation. This equity pickup, it's a separate requirement in some of the countries like Italy, Brazil. So here we will understand if the company, holding company, want to check their investment value, current investment value in different companies, how to do that. So the holding company might have investment in many subsidiaries, 60 here, 70 there. So all those investments, now they invested 2 years back. What is the current value of those investments? So that's what equity pickup. This we will discuss. We will execute optional based on the time we will check. So for all those exercises are available here: match and reconciliation, consolidation units, eliminate intercompany receivables and payables, eliminate intercompany revenue and COGS, matrix. So management consolidation also we are going to execute. So management consolidation works based on the first common parent elimination. So we are going to execute that management consolidation. So we are going to update the ownership data. We are going to run the consolidation of investments. So once the consolidation of investments happens, so now the thing is reporting side. So we will execute the balance carry forward. Also, we will configure reporting rules. Reporting rules we configure for cash flow changes in equity comprehensive income. So we'll execute the balance carry forward. Then we will configure the reporting rules, cash flow changes in equity comprehensive income, and we will check those reports. Also, we will understand how the plan data consolidation happens. If it's a rare requirement, if we will understand how this plan data consolidation happens. Also we will understand how the movement, how the SAC can be used for the plan data consolidation. Yeah. So this SAC best practice content planning data integration we are going to understand. We are going to execute this exercises, right? So this is the entire course content. So here total training hours planned 30 hours, right? Actual hours might increase, right? So more than 30 hours we will connect. My fees is 30,000 INR. Server access. So I'm going to execute, I'm going to use one server for my execution, group reporting consolidate, group reporting, this particular training. For this training, I'm going to use one particular server. The same server you can get it. So this is like, he takes 2,000 per month, but if you take 3 months, he will take 5,000 rupees. The session time is same time, 6:30 to 8:30. So today we are going to, so let's say 6:30 I started, 45 minutes it took, and we stopped today. But next week onwards, we'll connect 2 hours Saturday, 2 hours Sunday. So total 4 hours we will complete in 1 week. Sessions are planned on Saturdays and Sundays. So I will give you the session materials, like session presentations, configuration steps. I will give it to you. And main points here. So I'm not going to record this session. If you will miss some sessions, you can go through the session materials. You can call me. I will explain. Otherwise, session records are not available. You can repeat the, because session records are not available. You can re-attend the sessions. You can attend at 2 times within 6 months. So now you attended. So if you want, you next time again you can, when I start next batch after 2 months, you can attend again. If you want to refresh after 1 year, let's say, right, after 1 year, 1.5 year, 2 years, right, you can join the course, right? At that time you have to pay repeater fee, something around 6,000 again, right? So this is all about the course. Now
Kiran,
you can unmute yourself. Yeah,
Kiran,
go ahead.
whether this is, you say it is for implementer who is trying to implement group reporting, but
Hmm.
I also see some people have already implemented group reporting. This also will help to be as a support analyst on group reporting.
Correct. When you know the product, so when you know how the group reporting works, so you can easily. So that's what required to for the support also.
Okay, okay, that is no, okay, very good. So, and I also understand that you will be helping us to know precisely what will be the kind of tables involved, which table gets updated at what point of time. So that will be precisely, when we be as a support analyst, we know, okay, where it went wrong, which one didn't got updated or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Right. Yeah.
so when you support in the reconciliation, what happens?
Mm,
So we define some rules.
mm,
So when group reporting, that heart is rules, reclassification methods, we call it as.
mhm,
So how to analyze those rules? So for example,
mm,
consolidation of investments, the goodwill is wrongly calculated, or the
mm,
NCA is wrongly calculated, or elimination happened wrongly, it's
mm,
posted.
mm, mm.
So you have to analyze the situation. To analyze the situation,
Mm.
what are the configurations you have to check,
Okay.
right? So
Understood.
that you will understand.
Understood. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Another thing, I think offline I'll send an email to you to
Sure.
have clarifications. I will do that. No issues. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So tomorrow also we have, right? Same time?
Yeah. Tomorrow we'll execute the
Okay.
entire
Okay.
process.
Okay. Okay. Great.
Right.
Kiran,
So
so far,
yeah.
so far you have explained about how it is,
Hmm.
useful in terms of FICO candidates, right? If it is for the BPC candidates, like
So
non-FICO candidates,
this is BPC in the sense you have executed consolidation in BPC or not?
executed consolidated in this.
That's sufficient. See, if you have consolidation process knowledge in any product, you can learn this product. You
Okay.
got my point,
How
right?
extent I
B-
need to know the basic finance?
Basic finance, you just send an email, right? You want
Mhm.
basic finance, I will send the link. You just
Okay.
go through that course. It's
Okay.
free course, so that's
Mhm.
sufficient.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hey, Kiran, Vikas here.
Yeah.
So I recently just started your SEC planning. So I
Hmm.
was just trying to understand that this, group reporting, something which I don't have any experience in reporting side, but of course I think I'm a seasoned FI guy. So
Correct. Correct.
just now wondering, so is any, if I know the SEC planning, which I am undergoing the training today,
Hmm.
and it will be for a couple of weeks or maybe 1 month or 2 months. So this will also help in terms of, because this consolidation also will come in the BPC, from the BPC to SEC, right? So it's
These are
also
all,
kind of
these are all the, when you see the modern finance platform, these are all the skills required for every FI guy.
okay, okay,
Planning
okay,
side,
yeah,
consolidation side. So one
okay.
time you might be in planning project, one time it can be consolidation project. So once
Consolidation.
most of the people, what they do first, they go for planning, then consolidation. Some people first they start consolidation, then go to the planning consolidation. So it's
Okay.
both skills are required.
And is all the corporate finance, like, part of the CFO's
Correct.
team or working with the corporate
Ex-
finance, right? Okay,
exactly correct.
okay, okay. And
See,
then
if you
you
see,
said
if
that
you
you have
observe
some
here
basic,
also,
yeah.
when you see this
I
template,
just actually missed
right?
a couple. I joined a bit
Yeah.
late, so I missed
So
your
we are
couple of.
talking about, yeah, understood. So this group close we are talking about, and in the modern finance platform, they added plan, and this is what SSC planning this area,
Okay, yeah.
right?
So
So
this is the only time frame you have, Kiran, or you have some other times for this? This is the only time we are going to
this is the
start it.
only time I have. Yeah, yeah,
Because,
correct. I know.
because one after another. Because if I go for
Uh,
this, after
the,
this
the, the,
immediately SSC.
I can understand. I can
Okay, okay.
understand.
But
But
I'll because I'm
s-
interested. So if you say that you have some initial document or some courses which is a free, or you can send it to us so
correct,
that,
correct.
yeah,
Please, please.
just an
Because
initial
see,
stage.
I don't know your whomever asking. I don't know the email. So that's why just send an email to me. I will. I
Okay,
will.
sure. No,
Yeah.
you just responded to someone, right? You will send some initial document to
Correct, correct.
understand this whole thing.
Sure, sure. I understood. Yeah.
And then tomorrow also the same thing will repeat, or you are going to do something else
No, not same thing. I'm going to give the overview, system overview,
tomorrow? System.
product overview.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, good, good. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kiran, is it SAC planning already started or the simultaneously you're starting?
Yes, this is planning already started 2 weeks back. I will inform you when I start again. After 6 weeks again, I'll start. Maybe
Okay.
January. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe can we join even though it's after 2 weeks?
Yeah, yeah. You can just send an email. I will send you the details.
Okay. Is it, do you have session today, that one?
Yeah, yeah, at after 1.5 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Kiran.
So
Hi, Kiran. Are you going to share this content, right? This
yeah, yeah, I'm
course
going to
content?
share. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll share this course. I'm going to. I'm stopping the recording.